Hi, welcome to No Problem to Fix. Today we're going to be changing the oil on a 2004 Mitsubishi Endeavor, and all procedures in this video can be also followed on 2004 to 2011 models. Alright, let's get started. Okay, to get this project started today we're going to need a few things. We're going to need an oil drain pan, an oil funnel, a rag, a socket set, and from that socket set we're going to be using a 17mm socket. We're going to use an oil filter wrench. We're also going to need 5W20 synthetic oil or standard oil. You can use either one. I prefer synthetic just because you can go a couple thousand more miles. You can go up to 5,000 miles with synthetic before your next oil change. We're also going to need an oil filter and a crushed washer for the oil plug. The easiest way to get the clearance you need to go under your vehicle for this oil change is vehicle ramps. You can purchase those at Walmart or any automotive store. That gives you more access when you're underneath your vehicle to have more room to work. Also, this is helpful if you have a creeper to go under your vehicle. That's much more comfortable. If not, you can use cardboard and that's sufficient as well. Okay, first thing you want to do is remove the oil cap on top of your engine. I usually like to set it just above it just to make sure it's in a safe place and it's not going to get dirty. Also, take your oil dipstick and pull it slightly up. This will keep the vacuum from holding the oil back when you're undoing your drain plug and draining your oil. Okay, so we're under the engine. What you're going to do is take your socket, remove it to the reverse position. It's your drain plug. Just give it a little tap, that'll loosen it up. Typically you can remove it by hand at this point. Take it off slowly, and usually I like to have the drain pan pushed further back because the oil will come out further back. As you can see, that oil really came out far. I got my drain plug. Just wipe that off. You can let that come down to a slight draining. Then you can pull your oil pan back while it's still draining. Just be careful if it's windy, it will blow all over you. Now we're going to grab our oil wrench. As we're doing this, I do like to keep my tools close to me so I don't have to reach far out. Now we're going to take our oil wrench. We're going to grip it nice and tight and turn it a little at a time until it's loose, and you can turn that slowly, and a little bit of oil is going to come out. I just let that oil kind of drain off. There's only going to be a small amount of oil that's draining off. Turn it slowly, keeping your hand underneath it to keep it from falling in your oil pan. And that's the excess oil. This is why I keep my rag close so I can wipe off any oil that gets on me. When you're out of the car and you've got your drain plug, you want to take your new drain plug crushed washer. We're going to put that new one on. I did remove the old one. We're going to take our new oil filter. We'll remove any plastic from the top of it. Also, very important before you put your new oil filter on is to take a little bit of the new oil from your jug. You can just dip your finger in there slightly and you're going to rub it around the rim of your oil filter. This will create a good vacuum when you tighten it back up. Okay, as you can see, the oil is just slightly dripping. Now we can take our oil drain plug. We can put that back on. You're going to take it and hand tighten it as tight as you can get by hand first. Wipe off any excess oil. We're going to take our socket, turn it to the tighten position. Very important, as you're tightening this, you don't want to tighten it too much so you don't overstrip it. That's why you use a new crushed gasket every time. So you just tighten it enough I usually give it a few taps with my hand just to make sure it is tight. And that's good. That's all you're going to need. Now we take our oil filter. I did put the new oil around the rim of that. We're going to just hand tighten it on. So just turn it as much as you can get it. If you have a little bit of oil on your hands, just take a rag, wipe off any excess oil on it so you can get it tight. Sometimes you can take the rag itself, put it on the oil filter, and just tighten it down as good as you can get it with your hand. Once you start your engine, this will create a vacuum and it'll suck up tight, and it should not leak. Okay, we've removed the oil, we've put our new oil filter on and our new crushed washer. Now we can fill the engine back up with oil. This car takes about 4.6 quarts, so we can check that on our oil canister here. This one has the quarts by half of a quart, which is really nice. I've got my funnel in there. We're just gonna pour it slowly until we get it where we need. Okay, after you fill your engine back up with oil, you can remove your oil funnel and wipe that off. Wipe off any excess oil that may have dripped on the engine. We can put our cap back on that we kept on top up here. Put our dipstick back down. You can always take it for a little test run and do a double check of your engine oil after it's warmed up. You can check your dipstick and make sure it's at the proper specifications. Alright, and that's it. It's really that easy to change the oil on your 2004 to 2011 Mitsubishi Endeavor. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.